Welcome into the Shop Management Show presented by AutoLeap. I'm your host, Will. This podcast will explore the experiences, challenges, and lessons learned of auto repair shop owners. We'll cover every topic imaginable from EVs to ADAS, right to repair, the technician shortage, and so much more. AutoLeap is a cloud-based shop management software that allows shop owners to better run their business, increase efficiency, and grow revenue. You can find a link to schedule a free demo with AutoLeap in the show notes of this episode. Please like, share, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Shifting our focus to your overall business management, obviously you run a family-owned business. What are some of the key lessons there that you've applied forward to how you run your shop, especially looking ahead to the future?
That's definitely a good question. I'm at a point now where I'm trying to get one of my sons involved in the management part of the business, with the intention of obviously taking over and providing the same valued service that we have done for all these years, because obviously we have created a great clientele and we want to keep it that way. As a matter of fact, we're getting now sons and grandsons of customers that we had and we developed a relationship with the last 20 years. That's part of the future plan, to be able to get him in that direction, and I don't plan to go away, but maybe step off a little bit and be more of a remote manager or remote owner, just overlooking the operation, maybe getting into or opening another location. That's really kind of like the mindset, bringing that same structure to a different location so we can have provide more service in different areas. A lot of the original shop owners that I talked to when I was opening the shop years ago, at the time had one shop or two, and now they have three and four, and they have done some expansion. So I'm thinking we are at that time that we need to consider that option for us and bring that service into different areas. That's what we see as far as the future, and that's how we plan to keep that family-owned structure involved. And even if I'm not in the front office, people come in and they still ask. They ask for me. Hey, where's Julio? And my son tells them, oh, he's in the back. I'm on the front now. Like I still up there changing tires and checking flats and doing oil changes. Don't think I'm sitting around. I was on the floor the other day doing an oil change for a guy that, long time customer, and he wanted the oil change done right away.
You kind of touched on the growth that you have in mind for your shop. So how do you manage the financial aspects of the business with that growth in mind, such as, your labor times, your margins, and then just your overall profitability?
The simple answer is very careful. That's the simple answer. It's just keep control of your parts cost, keep control of your labor cost, and your utilities. It is pretty much, that's the labor cost is really one of the highest issues, and then there's parts. But I think that you keep track of your labor costs, and you know exactly what each individual can produce and do, and you challenge them to give you that production, that 100%, or even 90%, without burning up the individual. I think that's what you got to look at. When you have several mechanics, several techs, you have to, at least I do, I identify what each one brings to the table, and then I allow them to show that, to square up and take over and do what they know how to do best in that area, and schedule accordingly. You don't want your technician doing oil changes. That's not going to be beneficial for you. If he has to, he has to, but you want to make sure you keep him focused on what he likes to do or what he does best. It could be beneficial to the customer and beneficial to the shop. And that's it. Just looking balance. How is that beneficial for both, and that you're going to be able to have the financial backup to go into the next to the next level. Um, and thinking that if push comes to shove, we can get loans and stuff like that. But I always try to stay away from those things. Try to stay away from those things. Uh, I like to take the challenge on hands on myself, and it could be done, but I'm trying to see if we can do it without getting to that level. But we'll see. Time will tell.
I really like what you said about evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of your techs and then putting them in a position to win based on those strengths and weaknesses. Shop management software can obviously play a significant role in improving your business efficiency and saving you valuable time. So, how has your shop benefited from using AutoLeap?
So I gotta tell you, I checked, I want to say about 3 or 4 different companies. In each software does different things. They provide one thing or another. The one thing that I liked about AutoLeap was that I was able to foresee the future into what I wanted to do, and they were willing to and able to make improvement as they roll, as you go with. I like that because some of the other products, they did provide some items that AutoLeap didn't have at the time or didn't or considering, but some of those items were not as important as the one that AutoLeap had, and it has helped tremendously as far as in the customer loyalty, and it has helped a lot as in the fact of in communication with the customer, maintaining schedules, maintaining appointments. And in that sense, it has really made us a lot better as a shop. I think if I want to put a number on it, it probably improved as far as volume about a good 10 to 15 just by going to AutoLeap. So the customer likes getting the invoices via text message or email. They like setting up the appointments. We send the confirmation to them. So it's been great.
Love to hear how impactful AutoLeap is for your shop. And on the theme of efficiency we've been discussing, it sounds like it's really helped you, save a lot of time and automate some things that you would be doing manually and spending time on otherwise. Zooming out a little bit to focus on the future of automotive repair in general and how you see maintenance evolving, what does that picture look like for you, especially with the rise of EVs, and how do you think that will impact how shops operate moving forward?
That's an interesting concept. Um, we have actually taken steps. We are currently taking steps to separate a couple of things from the everyday repair. We are dedicating an area simply to do brakes and tires and suspension. And we kind of want to or I want to say separate, similar to what other companies have done with the oil changes, where they have taken the oil changes out of the auto repair business and they have focused directly or only on auto repair. We want to dedicate or create an area where it's only dedicated to brakes and tires and that kind of service. And because I see that being the main focus on the business. I'm thinking that the electric cars will take a while to for the whole market, but they will sooner or later because that's where the investment is going, regardless. Everyone says. I drive an old car, so it doesn't make a difference to me because I drive a 70s old Goat. Gonna be a while before I go to anything else, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow or 6 months from now, I change my mind and I buy an electric car. I'm still going to keep my gas guzzler, but I'm thinking as far as the technology in the shop, we're going to see less and less of the everyday mechanical services on the EV cars. So we have to find ways or different areas that the car would need maintenance for us to keep going forward. I think there was an interesting thing happening recently. I had a write up about it around here where they were trying to get the manufacturers to still continue to build cars in a form or in a manner where the repair shops can fix it and not restrict the information, because that has been a big impact on the auto service and auto repair industry in the last. So we, the Senate agree with us, and hopefully that continues to happen and improves. So, but anyway, that's what we see. That's what I see as how we should be able to handle that going. There's a lot of electronics involved. We're learning about sensors and reverse cameras and the center console and all those beautiful features that are coming up on the new cars that are out there in the market. So we are involved in doing some of that, and as I said, maybe dedicate different areas to different things so we can provide that service, which some of the shops are not doing right now.
Based on your career and the specific insights we covered today, what final advice would you share with fellow shop owners?
The one concern that I would have is whether you're a shop owner or an inspiring shop owner, I would say definitely take the leap of faith and make it happen for yourself. That would be my biggest advice. Uh, Make sure that you go out of your way for your customer, and the customer will come back to you and will definitely be. You have to determine at one time early in your shop. You're going to have to determine what kind of shop owner you want to be. What kind of shop do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known for being the most expensive guy in town, or you want to be known for the customer, the shop that goes out of their way to take care of the customer? And I give you a quick example. One of our customers, she's, I want to say, early to mid 70s, had a flat tire, and she's a AAA member. Nothing on AAA, everyone's struggling. This was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. Um, she called me. It was 6 o'clock in the afternoon. We were wrapping up closing the shop, and she says, "Stranded in such and such a road in the middle of nowhere. There's not a human being for miles. I called AAA 4.5, 5 hours ago, and I haven't seen them. Their service has improved." Before I say anything else, their service has improved a lot since then. They're doing great. We're a shop, AAA shop approved. So I know for a fact that their service has improved tremendously when it. So to make the long story short, she couldn't get anyone else out there, not all the truck driver, nobody was coming out to rescue her, and I went out of my way. I told her, "Don't even worry about it. I'll go take care of it." Through a jack. I got a pickup truck I have, and I went out there, put a spare, took care of the customer, and didn't charge her anything because it was. I felt I was saving somebody's mom or somebody's daughter, or so. With that customer service focus of mine, that makes a big difference to me as an owner or as a shop, to know that we take care of our customer regardless of what's going on. So, I didn't say, "Oh, it's 6 o'clock. I have to go home. I have dinner plans." That wasn't even a thought in my mind at the time. I just went and took care of what needed to be done for her, and she was the priority. So you want to be that guy, or you want to be, and I have thousands of stories, but that one is the one that just clicked in my head. So you want to be that guy, or you want to be the guy that at 6 o'clock says done and go somewhere else, and it's up to you. But at the end of the day, take the leap of faith, do whatever you have to do, and overcome your concern, especially if you're a younger person trying to get into the business. By all means, get involved. Definitely, you do something that you're happy with.
That's a great story to close this conversation on. And thank you for joining me today, Julio. We appreciate your perspective on your shop management experience. And we'll be back soon with the next episode of the Shop Management Show presented by AutoLeap.